Welcome to the Smash Masters podcast, hosted by Stefan Eschi and Nick Priest. This is where we dig into the auto body collision repair field and talk quality repair methods and how the industry is always changing. Buckle up, it gonna get bumpy. Hey!
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Oh,
This is
man.
what, episode 39? We've dug into 39 of these already?
39,
Nice.
about to turn 40.
Oh,
Right
man,
on that edge.
dude. Yeah, well, I turn 40 next year, so that's kind of, dang it.
Well, the show
Anyway.
turns 40 next week.
Right.
So you got it beat.
I got it beat a little bit. That's all right. That's all right. That's cool. So, yeah, we got a cool episode, and we got some Dent Slayer stuff for you guys.
Yeah, so Denslayer makes some awesome tools, but they also do some training. You might have heard us talk about it once or
Might
twice.
have. Let's see.
But yeah, check out this video. I do gotta edit that video so it fades out at the end. It's just too, when that beat just ends, it's like, no.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. You know, I thought I would probably grow out of listening to metal music as I get older, but it seemed to only really get worse.
There he is,
Matt?
Matt Boyette. What's up,
Yeah,
man?
what's up,
we
James?
gotta say hello to Jack Bucknell and Robbie Wyndham over on Instagram. Oh, they signed off already. Never mind.
Oh,
Screw them.
Well, hi guys. No. Guys.
No, just kidding.
Chris?
Just kidding. No, thanks for tuning in, commenting. Hey, Chris, what's up?
So we got what do we got? We got MTE coming up not too long from now. Matt and Dent Slayer's gonna have a lot of cool stuff out there.
Yeah, not next week, but the following week.
Yeah.
There's also, did you know that they came out with some new tabs? Kiko?
Yeah. Oh,
Kiko.
yeah. I've been seeing them around.
Gear tabs. I got this nice variety set right here, and we are giving this away, believe it or not.
Nice.
Yeah. Now I made it a little bit more difficult than the previous giveaways. We're trying to grow our YouTube presence. So I have a little, do I have it still? I did have it. Yes, I do.
Are they any good?
I don't know yet. I haven't used them yet, but people are saying they are, the people that have pulled with them. And honestly, if Kiko's coming out with them and re-engineering their dead center technology on them, there's got to be a reason why, you know? So I can't wait to try them. I don't do much small finishing pulling at the body shop. Hey, Steve says, hey boys, over on TikTok. What's up, Steve? But anyway, so if you head to our YouTube, this is our YouTube right here. And you go over, see how it says community here?
Yes, sir.
Right at the top is a giveaway post. And all we want you to do is take this, hit the share button, and you hit that Facebook button, share it on your Facebook. That's it. And then
that's it.
And then you gotta, well, that's the first step. The second step is to come back and just type done in the comments like I did. Where it says done right there. That's it.
Yeah.
So that we know you did it. That's all. Those are the two steps. And if you do that, you're entered to win the giveaway. And we will be calling the winner at MTE during our podcast.
Nice.
Which I believe will be on Friday. But, you know, if it's on Thursday, then we'll do it on Thursday. You know, so you have until our show at, we don't, not the intermediate tabs, just the gear tabs.
Just the gear tabs, yeah. That's the I guess the full set, the ice tabs and the dead center.
It's a variety pack, so it's 4 ice and 4 blue of small finishing sizes. It's I I'm excited to try them out, but yeah, make sure to head to our YouTube and enter the giveaway because nobody
Uh-huh.
has yet. I mean, I
Nice.
posted it yesterday, but it's and I know that YouTube isn't known for posts, but let's try it out.
Let's try. Yeah, that's good. I think it'll be okay. Something different. What's up,
Yeah.
everybody? What's going on? How's everybody doing? And yes, Daniel, I didn't skip over your comment. We are excited for MTE. I hope you guys are. I hope everybody in the comment section is ready. And it's not too
Yes.
far away. So we're ready. I know
Super
Chris is ready.
excited.
Chris is going to be competing for his first time in here, too. So that's awesome.
Chris,
And
break done in the YouTube post, not in here. But I appreciate that you did it. Making things easy. Maybe you'll find. Yeah, so I mean, you'll probably only get like 3 or 4 people to follow these instructions. So make sure to head over to
Right.
put your name in. You can probably win it.
Who knows?
But yeah. Hey, Chris
awesome.
did it. Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, the only other thing I would like to say, if you're an auto body technician, we are the official podcast of collisionverse.com, which is a social media platform for the collision repair field only. I'm going to say auto body field because I'd like to say that PDR techs are involved.
Yeah.
And PDR is part of auto body. You just are. You're fixing the auto body. So yeah. Head to collisionverse.com, sign up. It's free. We're just building a community here. That's all.
That's it. That's all. Yeah. Man, yeah, I'd love to see you down there. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, right. All right. So yeah, tonight's show should be a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys have seen Just-A-Dent on the Meta platforms. But I mean, the videos are just great, and not only
all over the
are
place.
they hilarious, but I learn a lot from them. And that's a big deal when you're learning dent repairs. You get information from every source you can. So make sure to go follow Just-A-Dent. Steve says Levon likes his money. Okay. Well, speaking of Levon, let's bring him out here. Let's bring him into the show.
Let's go.
Hey.
What's up, Levon?
Hello. And the
Hey.
reference he's making to is I was actually named after an Elton John song, and that's one of the lines. Yep.
He just said it's an Elton John song verse. I guess I'm not as versed in Elton John music, I guess. I did not recognize it.
Your loss. Your loss.
They should have named you Tiny Dancer, and I would have known.
I mean, I can do that for you. No, don't you worry.
There you go.
Oh man!
Daniel says Levon is the man. So
thank you. Appreciate the kind words, everybody.
And they are really great videos, honestly, that you guys are putting out. I do learn a lot from them because you explain what you're doing as you're doing it, and most people aren't doing that,
Yeah, I mean, I got some criticism on it where people are like, you're just giving away secrets, and for me, it's I just want to see the industry grow, and I want to bring awareness to the industry because not a lot of people know what PDR is. So if people know PDR, we all eat. So why keep it a secret if we all can eat? There's so many cars out there.
You got it.
Yes, there is. Yeah, there is
plenty of cars out there and plenty of dents. There's enough to share between us all. I mean, at a certain point, I could see it becoming saturated, but I think that's going to be long after our lifetimes because it doesn't seem to be taking off like crazy. I mean, people ask me all the time what I'm doing with my business. I do PDR. I'm like, what's that? Paintless dent repair, and they're like, dentless painter? No, not at all.
You just paint. You paint the dent away. That's all you do.
Paint the dent away. Paint the dent away. Thanks for all the kind words, everybody. That you guys are awesome. Really, damn.
Yeah, dude. Gene says some of your favorite comment or content that's coming from Gene. So that's awesome.
I'm literally choking up right now. Like that's there's
a lot of them coming through here.
Yeah,
so
man, oh man. That's
very cool.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, and tell us the secrets of your social media success.
All right. So first secret, the man behind the camera, that's my buddy Zach. I'm all about delegation. I just want to do PDR, right? So I ran into my buddy Zach years back, and he was shooting some videos for a friend. And I was like, man, I've been looking for somebody to do that. I truly believe what I got can be good. I think it could, like, people will enjoy it. He came over one day, he shot a video and he posted it, and I said, how do I hire you? And the biggest thing is capturing your personality, because that's the hard part. And luckily I know the guy and we have a really good sense of humor with each other. So he knows how to capture my sense of humor and put it on there. And at first he would send me a lot of like, just like proofs. He's like, hey, what do you think of this video? What do you think of this video? And I told him, you know what? I don't even care. Just post it, because I trust you. I don't care. Like you let your sauce fly, and we'll see what else happens.
That's awesome.
When you try to control too much, you lose a little bit of the flavor, because everybody sees the perspective different. And I want him to see the eyes of y'all, not the eyes of me, I guess, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Sure. As the guy watching the video.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if I talk too much, you're not gonna understand what I'm saying. To the masses, right? Like I'm not trying to talk to the 1%. I'm trying to talk to like the 80% of people out there that don't know what's going on.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of us dent guys are stuck in that, where we're making videos to impress other dent guys.
Yeah.
And we should be making videos to the public. And that's why sometimes you'll see me saying things in my videos that seem kind of obvious, but it's like, yeah, but I picture somebody, this girl I dated who just asked questions on everything. She didn't know anything about what I do, so I picture her and I go, would she understand what I'm saying? No. So you got to explain it, and that's
so I think Mike Toledo, he reached out to me one time and he's like, man, how do you come up with your ideas and your videos? And I literally told him, I was a mobile guy for 6 years before I started my retail shop. I just treat it like I'm on the driveway and the customer's looking over my shoulder asking questions. That's how I talk to him. Right. So like it's always the customer that's there that I'm talking to and explaining the process of what I'm doing. And to make him feel more comfortable with the procedure, that like the dent repair stuff.
I like that. Just as an example, it's because not everybody has seen. Whoops, wrong one.
Oh,
whoa!
My bad.
Whoa.
Don't show that. Share your Instagram page, and I'm just gonna click on a random one. We're gonna watch it.
So this car, follower, this vehicle that we are currently working on, this CRV, is a follower from Instagram. So
I was gonna say, you're wearing the same shirt.
We're in the same fit. What's up?
I want to give a huge shout out to all the supporters from social media, like this guy and that guy as well. And you guys are amazing. Thank you. Also, tech tip: sometimes you gotta take a door off. 4 bolts, one little latch thing or plug thing, and makes your job easier. See, check out the door.
There it is.
Also, check outside.
Tables too.
And then check that out.
Hey-o.
And then check me out. Thanks for joining us at Just-A-Dent.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I can't. It's great. So I mean, if you haven't followed him yet, head over there. Go give Just-A-Dent a follow. I do have to say, hiring somebody was a good move.
Thanks. Yeah.
Right. That takes a lot off.
Yeah.
And he does good editing and just all the presentation is good. You know, I mean, you have to cut out the boring and put in the interesting. Otherwise, it's only funny to you. You know, so it's they do.
Well, like he said, he knows how to capture your personality, so that helps. And Justin says, "What's with the duck logo?" So how did you come up with that?
Is this what rating are we? No,
There is no rating. We're adult rated.
No, I'm on Twitch and YouTube though. So, anyways, let's say let's count this back. 13 years ago, I got a rubber duck tattooed on my ass, and it just kind of became my mascot. And my buddies and friends started giving me rubber ducks, and then the Jeep thing started popping off like 4 years ago, and
yeah,
I duck Jeeps when they come in now. It's just like I have a lot of rubber ducks in my shop, and I kind of turned it into a slogan too. It's like bring a duck, save a buck. If you bring, I don't tell you, but when you walk in my shop and you see the office is covered in ducks, and if you ask about it, I'm like, oh yeah, next time you come through, if you buy a rubber duck, you save 5%, right? So you bring a duck, save a buck. And then there's a spot down the road for me that sells bath stuff, and it's called Connie's Bath Shack, and she sells rubber ducks. So I tell the people, like, hey, if you want to support, go support another local homie over here. Buy a $20 rubber duck, $5 rubber duck, bring it back, save 5%, and I'm just giving back to the community, just full cycle, right?
Right, and they're fully funding your duck collection, and nobody knows it until now.
Nobody knows it.
That's great. So what if a customer asks you why you got the logo?
Yeah.
So if you spell my name backwards, it spells novel. I'm an open book, boys. So I tell everybody, and anything. I'm not shy of it. If they want to see it, I showed the duck. I'm not
I'll bet you they love that.
What's the point of getting a tattoo? I'm not going to show it off.
Oh, that's amazing. Justin says he's got one too, so you're not the only one.
Oh, he's a tattoo on that. It's a rubber duck.
It might be a rubber duck. Who knows? He says we all do, but speak for yourself, Justin. I don't know.
You can be like the Mighty Ducks over here.
I haven't booked my duck appointment yet down at the local tattoo shop, but I don't know. Maybe after MTE.
We can do the flying V at MTE, just walking just all the way through.
Oh God. Like a tag team event.
I like it.
How many people can we have on a tag team? Enough to make a V?
Oh man.
That's great.
Yeah. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
So, all right. So you're headed to MTE this year.
I made the decision 4 days ago, something like that. Maybe last week. So let's just say 7 days. Yeah. Okay. I bought a plane ticket. Okay, so first off, I started like this. I went to the competition side. I've been doing the competitions. I did my first Dent Olympics last year. I've been doing the Dent trials for the past 3 years. And I was like, I'm not going to do it this year. I'm just going to focus on my business a little bit more and just like take a step back from the scene. But then I Googled MTE and I went to the Olympic spot, the competition. I saw there was one spot left and I was like, is that my sign?
Side of you took over.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it. I signed up. And
DBAP.
Yeah, so I bought the plane ticket, and then it was the day after New Year's, all the bombing shit went off, and I did the refund to my airplane flight, and I decided I'm just gonna drive and take all my tools. So then now I have no excuse why I lose. Right? Right. I got all my tools, I got my home with me, and it's for me excuse. Now it's self-growth. How do I become better if I lose?
What, they only give you like 45 minutes for a super stretch dent, right?
It's not that bad.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I felt like the one. I mean, it's bad. It's a stretch dent, but I think 45 minutes is. I think they should lower it to 30 because there was one year where they had a problem gauging the dent and like the quality of the dent because everyone did so well. So I think you can't really go more severe on the dent because it would just start oil canning. So I think you got to cut the time back, right, and see what happens. That's just my personal opinion.
Interesting. I know that there's we just had Kevin Bird on last week, and they were talking about possibly doing an aluminum competition. So I mean, they're almost going to have to.
He didn't mention that.
Yeah, because all the
Um,
hinge panels are going aluminum.
Right.
So,
I mean, it's going to be like they're going to get rental cars and they're just going to have no choice. These ones are aluminum. They've got aluminum doors, or these ones got aluminum hoods, or they don't do hoods, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
And
for
it's
sure.
just, it's going to be there. And that'll be interesting. That'll be an
It's
interesting
tough
aspect
because
to it.
the first competition I did was the dent trials in Anson, and they had a Pacifica there, and they put the dents in the sliding door, and they didn't realize it was aluminum. So we had some people had aluminum doors, some people had steel doors, and it really messed with the judging because you put 10 pounds of psi behind aluminum steel, you're gonna get two different dents. It's not gonna be the same. So it happens. How do you stop it? The hardest part about the competition is consistency. I've been bugging Sheldon and them. I'm like, how do we get more consistency out of this? Like, can we build like a Knights of the Round Table of like the most consistent PDR guys that keep coming to this, and we just come up with a game plan of the most like fair system there is, or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, it's gotten better over the years, but I have to agree with you. I mean, it's tough, man. Everywhere you put a dent, it's going to be different, and you can't put
For
the dent in
sure.
the same spot for every tech, So
Right.
it's
You put it close to the door handle, and now you got a little bit more strength over there. And then you put one in the middle, it
Right.
doesn't have the strength. It's really tough. It's really hard to get the
right.
like,
Yeah.
and then how many cars you gonna get too, right? Like you can't have 60 cars in the venue and put one dent in the same spot in 60 cars, right?
Right. Right. Exactly. Which would be ideal.
Right.
All the same make and model, all the same color,
Same
so
exact
the same.
spot and all that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just not feasible. No, hats off to those that run the Dent Olympics, because that's
Yeah, I
don't want any
agree.
part of it.
Yeah, I don't want any part of that either.
I don't want any part of that. All right, so I mean, let's take a backtrack and
Yeah, let's go way back to how you got like started into this.
PDR.
Well, when the stars aligned and Mars was at its tilted axis.
Yeah.
So I moved down from Michigan in 2011 to Houston to go to UTI, and I wanted to go to the collision side of the industry. And
I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I heard they made more money than like the frame guys, the body guys made more money than the paint guys. So I was like, I'm going to do framework or body work, whatever it is, right? Honestly, I wasn't a big fan of school, so I left a little bit, and I was assistant manager at Advanced Auto Parts. I've always turned wrenches my whole life. I've always been pretty car savvy. And some guy with a Dent Wizard shirt walked up, and I started asking him questions, how much money he makes. He's like, oh, I work commission. I make 72 grand a year. And I'm like, how do I get that job? And he said he was friends with the district manager, and he'd get me in. And I was actually in the middle of signing up to join the Navy, to retire through the Navy. I was taking my ASVAT, or I was going to do PDR. And PDR Dent Wizard called me first, and I took off with that. And
you really think the Navy would have kept you?
I don't know, man. You never know.
Just kidding.
I've always like you see the UFO stuff. I've always wanted to be involved with that kind of stuff.
I tried to go there too, and they turned me away because I didn't have enough college hours.
Yeah, so I had like 32 college hours just doing bullshit though. Like I was just going just to go. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was in St. Louis for 2 months, and that's where I met William, the other guy in my videos with the beard. And he was from San Antonio. I was from Houston. And then as soon as I got out of school there, and that was in 2011, I pretty much just started doing PDR nonstop. And yeah, I mean, I've done every CarMax you could think of from here to Sacramento, pretty much. So if you have any questions about CarMax stuff, anybody in the chat, I can do that with my eyes closed. And yeah, to tell you how I got to the retail spot, you can only turn 30 once. And I told myself when I turned 30, I'm going to take the leap of faith. And I told Dent Wizard I was done and I was going to do my own thing. And I started a retail shop. Been 5 years now, just running with it.
Nice. And it's been been working out well. I mean, what about the first years of that? Well, within your first year, what kind of struggles did you have? Did you just take right off, or did it?
No.
I mean,
I,
like
I,
anything
I
else.
contemplated. I contemplated shifting careers so many times. I was really. I thought I was never going to get it. Right. I remember my trainer Tim White. He's like, man, the light bulb will click. You just got to stick at it. Just keep sticking at it. The light bulb will eventually click. And I remember being in dealerships throwing my whale tail across the lot, swearing. Like I have a vivid memory. I just took that whale tail and I just slung it, and it goes right into the side of the paint booth and just goes just cussing and swearing. Yeah, I remember the aha moment when I was using the whale tail through the brace and I put it at a kick and it was super sharp and I just pushed it and I saw that metal just unfold. I'm like, I got it. And that was like the 2.5, 3 year mark. And that was just going at it 40 hours a week, just pushing through.
Yeah, those are the small wins. It's not a small win, but those are the wins that you kind of have. You have to celebrate those kinds.
You have
Yeah.
to.
And,
my first dent I ever took out. I mean, it was a small dent, but my first one I ever took out, I was dancing around the shop.
It was good.
I was like, it's gone.
Yeah, I did it. I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I did it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not really sure which things I did that were right, but it's gone.
Right. And there's
crazy,
so many different things that you have to learn in order to get this correct. And each one of them start falling into place, man, that's a good feeling. It really is.
Yep. And then it's more just training your eyes and just recognizing things. Because I remember I started off with a sharp tip just so I could see what I was doing, but I was creating a mess everywhere. But once I got the sharp tip down, I went to a more blunt end, and then I started using rubber, and then I just slowly just started training my eyes to see more and more detail of just what I'm doing in the repair. Now I could do like a test push at the slightest little variation, and I can see that metal just flicker just a little bit, and I know exactly where my tip's at.
Right.
Yeah, and that just comes with time.
And taking the tool and shoving it under, and your first push is pretty much right where you wanted it. You know, it's like, okay,
Was that a difficult spot for you finding tool tip, or what was one of the things that was really difficult?
Well, at Den Wizard we work inverted, so working inverted upside down and trying to recognize the tip, that was really, really, really tough. I mean, there were even just getting around braces, because I wasn't really, we weren't taking door panels apart, right? So getting to places and taking door panels off and doors off just wasn't it was unheard of in my first 5 years. So that just getting access was really, really tough. And being creative with your tool, bending it certain ways to be able to reach those spots. I remember that being challenging as well. And then because we used like eliminate lights, or we didn't really use lines, but training your eye to put a big board further away and turning those fogs into lines to be able to get the finer details, that was pretty challenging later on in my career, of trying to really recognize how to like create texture better, those kinds of things.
That's tough stuff.
I still battle with that sometimes when I put lines up and stuff. I don't know. I'm used to looking at fog, so I kind of make myself go into lines and start cross-checking with the line boards and stuff. But like he says, learning access is tough.
I mean, so for me, it was like you go. I went to the PDR training, and you did the Dent Wizard training, Levon. So, and I've heard other Dent Wizard guys say that when you're in that training, and when I did mine, they make dents for you in these areas where you can get to them. And so you work on them, and then you work on the skills of flattening them out, and then you get out into the world, and none of the dents are easily accessible.
That was the biggest learning curve, is what a fake dent is and what a real life dent is. Every dent is sharp in real life, Everything
'cause you
is
can
very
fix-
chaotic. It's the
Right.
direction's always going a different direction. It's paint's missing. There's yeah, you can't. I don't know if you can even trade him for that. I'll tell you this.
That's
gotta
difficult. It's
do it.
difficult to, because you can almost guarantee yourself it's going to be behind a brace or something, and then when it's not, you're like, oh man, this is great.
Yeah.
Just go in there and knock that one right out, and that just takes time and out there on the game learning. And I don't really think you really just stop learning. I think you constantly are evolving. I mean, the way we're fixing stuff is new, all the new tools, the new techniques.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you just go to a point and stop unless you just really don't care about it anymore. You're just like, all right, I'm done. I can use this much, and that's all I care about.
I'm always curious about that because I do see, like, say 7-year techs from Dent Wizard just quit out of nowhere, or just like people will say just they retire, they just don't want to do it anymore. I kind of don't understand it because I feel like there's just so much to keep growing and learning, and there's so much money possibilities if you're willing to drop the ego and really just step back and challenge yourself and grow as a person in this industry.
Right.
And I think that's one of my favorite things about it.
Yeah, it's
right. The technician side of me is always like, I bet I could fix that. Knowing I ain't got no business trying to mess with it most of the time.
But that's what you gotta do. We gotta just throw
That's
yourself
what you
in.
gotta do.
You gotta throw yourself in. And then you got oh.
All right, I'm going to read this because the audio version. Good evening, fellas. Got to meet Levon and his wife Hector last month at Ted Cunningham visit we did with the guys. Love his passion for the craft and their willingness to support and show more insight for the retail size. I do want to say it was really awesome seeing your guys' picture going to visit Ted. It was such a cool thing to see. You guys are my favorite. I think that's what I wrote in the comments. You guys are my favorites. You really are. I mean, for somebody to take the time just to go visit someone, it means the world.
Ted worked for me. Me and Ted worked together with Dent Wizard before he went out into town. So we go back, man. And then he also worked at my shop for about like 6-7 months as well. So he's in the Katy area where I'm in the Woodlands. So we're both Houston people. So that's my brother from another mother for sure.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, that's and we'll give them a little shout out. I mean, everybody, if you want some good tips for your PDR tools, go to Black Magic PDR Tips.
For sure.
And they are excellent. I mean, the only bad thing I have to say about them is they last too long. The guy's not going to make a lot of money on them because they last too long.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's good for us, but it's not so good for him.
I've got one of his
what happens is you lose
tips.
them. Oh, yeah? You'll lose them before they go bad, you know? Because, just because they're such great quality.
Yeah, they are nice. They're some good stuff.
Thanks for hanging out, Justin. No worries. But yeah, Gene says he's still learning 22 years in. I mean, so like I was saying earlier, I can't remember if it was before the show or during the show, but anyway, being an auto body pretty much got boring for me after 10 years, you know, and I felt like there wasn't really anything else to learn until glue pulling. And glue pulling's definitely revamped my love for metal fixing, but that's a small part of everything I do in the body shop, so I don't get to do it all the time. But with PDR, it seems like there's always more to learn. Like, I don't feel like you can ever master it. Like, as soon as people think they did, they see one of Bryce's videos and they're like, oh, never mind.
Right. I mean,
there's more to learn.
Like the glue tabs, because the glue and the glue tabs really have changed a lot in the past 10 years. Where, say, we were using Atlas or then the gangrene tabs came out and the flat surface ones, man, those made my hail repairs 10 times faster. And then when the Dents and Kikos came out, that made my repairs even faster with that. So just learning those, like, as that technology grows, like, we're only all going to get better and faster.
Huge shout out to Kiko, Cam Auto, everybody who's doing the research and development to bring us these new toys. It's huge.
Yeah, and like G and Lee and Gene are both saying here, I mean, both 20 plus years in the game, and they're always learning something new. That's a passion that as long as you have that passion, you will continue learning. I don't think you'll ever stop. And seeing these guys doing this stuff and evolving, and all of us on here, including myself, getting all these techniques built up and under our belts and stuff. It's really cool to be a part of. And this community is like unlike any other community that I've ever been a part of.
Same. And the crazy part is like with Dent Wizard, the community, the PDR community within Dent Wizard is not the same as this right here. I felt very by myself in the Dent Wizard community, and then when I came to the other side, it's just crazy. This is crazy. It's beautiful. Honestly, it
really is.
It's blown me away. I mean, I always wanted to learn PDR. I mean, I'll tell a little short story. We had a Dent Wizard guy in our area. We used to call for all the PDR needs, and one day I'm like, I want to learn that. So I'm going to go talk to him, So I went and I asked him, I said, so what's it like doing PDR? That's the first question I asked him. And he says, do you like being wet and cold? I'm like,
fuck
no. Like, who says yes to that? So, no. He's like, don't do PDR. And he kind of walks
scare
away.
You out of
it's
it.
like,
and
he did. It worked. I turned around and was like, well, okay, I'll just continue learning bodywork then. Right. So that's what I did.
That's their tactic. They didn't want you to know. They didn't want you stepping on their toes.
Well, I've heard from other people then that dude especially was just he didn't like it. He didn't like the trade. He didn't like Dent Wizard. He didn't like anything about it. So like, it wasn't just keeping it to himself. It was also the fact that he just really hated his job. He was
sourpuss. So he just at it.
Yeah. So it's what are you gonna do? But it is what it is. At least this time, I'm not gonna be held to a. If I had gone into it, it would have been a non-compete. I would have had to battle that getting out of there. So now I don't have to. I don't have to worry about any of that. So
I mean, I don't know about your state, but Texas is a right to work state, so technically they can't stop you from working. So it's a no compete, no soliciting clause that they make you sign. Can I talk about this stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Everybody does.
Oh yeah, so no compete, no soliciting clause. And the state of Texas is a right to work state, so you can't stop them. And the soliciting is just you can't go into the accounts that you've already been in and use those contacts that you had. Otherwise, they'll come after you on that. Yeah, and then when they do sue you, they're going to sue you out of St. Louis because they trained you in St. Louis. So they just drain your money trying to get that involved up over there. But if you don't do wholesale and you don't go in their lots and you start a retail shop, what can they do?
Right. I mean, you're bypassing all of that by doing that. So they just don't want to lose business because you left and went and took it. And I get it. And like I've heard of smaller PDR shops having a non-compete, and I get it. It's to protect your business, and so I understand. Some of the stories I've heard about Dent Wizard going after guys is a little bit. It was kind of obvious it was part of their planned income to just go and sue these guys,
And I mean that. But like I don't know the stories on the guys, but most of the people that I know that got sued by them are the ones that are taking their lot back. Like say they were doing their lot with Dent Wizard, and then they're taking it underneath their own name, and then that's why they get sued.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's I get it.
I get that. I get that point. And to Randy's
thank you, Randy.
Yeah, I mean, the industry is great over here, and that's really why we started this podcast. I don't know if everybody's heard this or not, but like you said, Dent Wizard, you feel like you're alone or you're just in the corner. You don't really have a community. You're just there, and then when you go from there, you're there. So collision.
So you know what it's like to be a body tech.
It's the same way. It's the exact same way. And Danny going through all these Kiko trainings at all these body shops and stuff, and me and him was like, hey, let's give these guys a community, or at least try our best to see where we can land these guys, where they have something like a community like what the PDR guys have, because that's great. I mean, you don't really get that in any of these blue collar trades. You just don't.
No. No. I mean, I can't speak for any of the other ones, but certainly not auto body. It's a go away. I'm trying to work here, kid. Kind of,
Yeah.
it's
I
like,
get that way.
how am I supposed to learn? Well,
Like, they know I give them the eyebrows. I'm like, what do you want? Like, when you come and look at this, then I'm like, oh.
Isn't Hector bigger than you though? No.
Where did Hector
He
get
seems
those
like a
shoes?
cool
I
guy
can take
too.
Hector. Hector's a little.
There you go. We're gonna hear about this on a video. Now.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's great.
Oh, little Hector.
He's got the best pair of shoes in the house, doesn't he?
Hell yeah, that boy's proud of his boots.
That's right.
Man.
Dude, I'm
I
like,
did see
damn, I can't even watch the video without staring at his damn shoes.
Yeah, we always make fun that he has these starch ass jeans. I'm like, how you gonna fix a dent in starch jeans, bro? Like they're holding you up.
So, Corey.
What's up, Corey?
What's up, Corey?
I like what Rob said. I've always loved what we do, but I was burned out. Working with Levon helped me fuel that passion. His energy was exactly what I needed back
Oh
then.
yeah. So as I
We
said,
all build off your energy.
I traveled a lot. So Rob Ivory and I go back too. I went to Kansas City for 2 weeks to work on some cars at a dealership or Avis Budget or something. And Rob and I paired up next to each other, and we just ran circles, just ran through the lot just together, and we got to know each other really well. And that was 2017. So me and that guy, we go back. I love Rob. He's good people.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
says you guys go back right here. He said Levon's more awesome than you could ever say. So that's cool, man.
He is attending MTE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going now. I see. That's how soon I made the decision. I literally just switched it up.
Yep. Jonathan, got to know, wasn't like that when my dad trained. Oh, I bet. Yep. What's up, James?
James Lee.
James Ricci.
Hello, everybody. Does it show how many people are in here? I don't know.
We got 21 at the moment. At least on
22.
my platforms. You've got your own platforms.
I don't know.
There's
I'm trying to get
23
YouTube
over here.
YouTube.
I do want to mention that the Recon Rally is it's the Kevin Halewood Foundation is doing a raffle at MTE in all the booths to raise money. And what the Kevin Halewood Foundation does is it actually it distributes funds to technicians in bad times in their lives, and whether it be medical bills or whatever, it could be some of these LA fires, maybe somebody's affected by that and they help them out with that. So if you're going to MTE, or even if you're not, I'm sure there's a way you can contribute. Check out the Kevin Halewood Foundation. But the raffles, man, you could get something really nice for like next to no money. They're even doing one of those PDR estimating tents, the inflatable tents with the inflatable ones. That's a big ticket item. Those are $100 tickets, but $100 you get a chance to get one of those, and that can make you more money.
That thing's what, like $7,500 or something?
Ted, it is a Yingling. Is that a good thing? Oh, a heart. I guess that's a good thing then. Better than my normal Bud Lights. So, yeah, I switched to Yingling for a little while. I'm not fishing, but there is a fishing event going on as well. There's all sorts of cool. You're in the chat, Levon.
I wanted to multitask here.
Right.
All right. So Chris wants to know how they judge the Dent Olympics.
First off, Chris, why would I tell you if you're competing?
Oh,
You live and you learn, boy. Come on now. Like, why would I do that? Nah, I can't.
That's nice.
You know me, I'm giving away all the secrets and shit. All right. So, it's pretty sure it's flatness, texture, and cross check are the main three that they look at.
So they're looking like for corn rolls with cross check. Like I don't what do they mean cross check?
I guess it'd be corn rolls. Yeah. I just never used that term before, but yeah, it's just the directional damage that you have within it.
Yeah.
Sorry, snail
No,
trails.
it's okay. You learn something new every
hills and
day.
valleys.
Peaks and valleys. There you go. Yeah, just some minor
Yeah,
peaks
yeah.
and valleys.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's try and be PC here. Tickets for the inflatable booth you can buy on the foundation website. Okay, so anybody can
Nice.
do that. So yeah, even if you're not going to MTE, head to the website and buy a ticket for that booth. I mean, what? And you're not even gonna miss that $100 in a minute. So what's a small dent now? 154.50. It's
I
less
don't
than a
know.
small dent.
Whatever you want to charge, but I mean,
So my
Yeah.
shop minimum's 100, and then an inch dent goes for 150, and then all the add-ons on top of it,
Yeah.
R&I, aluminum, stuff like that. But
That
I don't
sounds
touch anything
similar
for
to
less
me.
than $100.
okay.
Yeah. That sounds.
Yeah, you don't
similar
really
to
want
me.
to go below that. Really.
Yeah, no. It's like I tell how I explain it to my customers is like we're like tattoo artists. There's a spot down in Houston that you could go over there, you could get some shicey ass work and walk away some Hep C, or you can come to my shop and you get good line work, you get this great tattoo, get this great portrait done. Right? That's how I try to sell it.
Mm.
Get what you pay for.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of it's hard to make videos to show the public you get what you pay for with paintless dent repair without cutting somebody else down.
Yeah.
It really is.
You gotta I don't know, maybe make up a repair video and be like, okay, I'm gonna stop now. Someone else would stop here. Look what they left. Now I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah, I mean, they still don't understand. It's so hard to teach. And so, okay, I'm just gonna say, one of my mottos when I started my business is that not everybody's your customer. I know that we want work. I know sometimes we're just sitting around. There's not going on, but you bring in the wrong customers when you fold to the people that you don't like working with, because their friends are the exact same way. So word of mouth is going to travel and you're going to keep getting those customers. So I was really, really strict on just like holding my ground on stuff and finding the right clients and the right people. So people trust my value, my worth, and what I do. It was a little bit of a slower road to get to where I wanted to be, but it worked out really nice. We love our customers, man. Like they're so awesome.
You seem to be killing it. It's I mean, so yeah, that's all right. So Gene says video when bad PDR comes into the shop. I mean, that's where I feel like you're cutting somebody down. So I mean, it's I've seen it, and I get it, and it can help you. I'm not about cutting others down. It's a personal thing, and so it's I don't know. It's you got to prove that your quality's really good quality. So we got to educate them somehow.
Yeah.
Just show how good you are.
Yeah, just do it right the first time.
Yeah, and mention how you make sure to do your research on your technician before you go and see them. Otherwise, it won't look this good. I don't know.
So the key is you do a good job the first time. So if they do go shop around and they go use somebody else, and they see the quality that they get, then they remember why they go to you, right? So it's just gonna happen. I mean, there's always new people coming around. There's always new shops. It's a never-ending cycle. But
so the other part I have on that, and Brandon says it does need to be documented. Yeah, I get it.
Right.
But what if these dent repairs were done while the car was in a dealership lot, and then somebody bought it, not seeing it? I mean, yeah, you're looking at bad PDR, but the guy only got $40 to fix a 13-inch crease. What did you expect?
Yeah.
So I don't see.
Yeah, I mean it's the same shit. Like, you're gonna have a tattoo artist that comes into your house and do illegal work, and then you have the people that have the shops, and it's always gonna be part of the game. There's no way around it. My mindset behind it was to build a presence that was uncanny to the rest of my competition. So when someone wanted to find a trusted source, they were like, holy shit, like, why is nobody else like him? So that was my goal. Also, I wanted to build a presence on Google really, really strong, because as you guys see, a lot of our generation are older gentlemen, and the trade skill is dying. As this is dying. A lot of people aren't doing trade skills anymore. So people that are going, say, into dealerships or body shops, they're going to be roughly about our age or falling into that place, and they're going to want to Google or go on social media to find the next PDR guy because their guy just retired. So who's going to win? The guy with the presence, right? Or get the first phone call, the guy with the presence. So you want to be one step ahead and be proactive, not counteractive.
Yeah, no, it's probably the right thing to do. Yeah, don't call them out by name. Yeah, no, I get what people are saying. We do have to do it somehow. So,
me personally, when I'm out selling jobs, PDR, because I do it primarily mobile, I just sell them as, you see what the panel looks like undented. I'm going to get it as close to that as possible. That's what we're going to do and how we charge for it and determine that. I don't really try to cut nobody down on something. And if there is bad PDR work on there, I will say, I will do my physical best to repair this, but it may not. And I just leave it open and honest, and I try to do better than what I said I was going to do initially. That's just the way I do it.
It's part of the learning curve too.
Yeah.
Right. Because I wasn't fixing everything perfect. I still don't fix everything perfect to this day sometimes. Like I just be just as transparent as possible. Like, hey, I'm just gonna give it my all because that's what I do, and hopefully my all is good enough for you. And it's just part of the game, man.
And tough. It does matter where the dent is and what you can actually do with it at that point. I mean, sometimes you just really not much you can do, or not much I can do. Let me just say that. But I do try to give everybody a really good run and go, and I try to make it my best. So that's really all I can do. I don't really cut anybody down or say, well, this guy sucked because he left pick marks all over it. If I can fix it, and if I can't, well, it is what it is. It has to be traditionally repaired and painted.
Yeah. So something that I do in my business as well, some like the big smash jobs where people really don't want to pay the $2,000 to $3,000 for those repairs. Well, I know my break even number, or not my break even. I know my number for my business where I have to make so much money in a day to be able to keep the shop open, do whatever, right? And then I know my other guys have work. So say it's a $2,000 job or a $3,000 job, and they're just like, oh, this is out of my budget. I'll give them my day rate, and I'll be like, hey, I'll give it my best in 8 hours, and my day rate is $1,250. And if you want to do that, I guarantee that it will look really acceptable. It'll be extremely passable. Might be some slight imperfections because the finer details of cleaning it up and everything. But I think you'll be happy with that number, or with the repair and the number. And I get a lot of bites on people saying, yeah, just work on it for $1,250 and give a whole 8 hours worth of work, and I'll be. And I've never had one person be like, oh, that doesn't look good enough.
Right. I've noticed the same thing. I mean, I'm in the body shop and my boss is doing that. He's offering people that come that he knows that, have a quarter panel and needs replacement. He's like, they don't want to do it. They don't want to make a claim. It's like, well, I got this guy. He'll spend a day on it and it'll look better, and it won't be perfect. And so I've been doing that lately, and it's been great. I mean, people do like that. And they come and they look at it, they pick it up, and you can see things, but they look at it and they go, how did you do this?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
So it's definitely a marketable repair to do a betterment on something bigger like that. Not everybody wants the full.
And some of those the dents are just dumb. Like they're really.
That's a really dumb dent.
Yeah, dumb dent. I look at that fucker and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with myself right now?
Right. I've gotten myself into a few of those.
Yeah. It's hard to say no.
I think
it's hard to say no.
I think it's us every day. Like did you see the Tesla quarter panel we did today? Like
I just saw that, in your stories.
Dumb dent.
Yeah, I mean it happens. Like Gene says here, perfect is a relative measurement. Setting proper expectations is what you really need to be doing. Not everybody needs perfection. They just want it better, and
Yep.
that's fine too. It really is fine to not do everything perfect.
I've mentioned your
At least for
protractor
me.
close quite a few times. I think you told us live on the podcast.
Yep.
I don't think I've
Might
heard
have
it.
been live in person at MTE or something too. But if for those that don't know, I mean, Gene likes to give him a price. It's going to look good, looking dead on it, you know. And then here's another price for if you're over here. And then here's another price if you're looking down the panel, you know. So it's like it gets more expensive the more you're looking down the panel. But
That's
if you're
funny.
looking dead on, here's my price, and it'll look good from this angle. You know?
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
It's the protractor close.
Yep, that's funny. The
So-
one I tell my wife when someone asks for a discount,
Mhm.
I tell her, I was like, well, for every percent that they want is the percent of quality they're gonna get. If they want 30% off, I'm gonna give them a 70% job. If they want, so on and so forth, right?
I've done that. Yep. I've done
But
that.
the protractor
That's,
one's good because that one teaches like the surfing the panel, helps out a lot. Or not, yes, words.
Yep. No, I've done that. I did a semi truck where the shop I work in actually redid a whole cab, and then delivered it, and the company put it on themselves, and they tightened the ratchet straps around the roof a little too tight and made these two bend marks on either side. Brand new cab. It cost them like 40 grand to get it.
Was it white?
And it was black.
Oh, okay. I just tried working on one the other day and I could not get that metal to move.
It is tough.
It was-
I got it though. Yeah, I mean I got it to like 80%, but that 80% made me in four figures, you know.
Yeah.
So it's that was a great job. The hardest part about it is I had to jump up and down on a man lift 20.
Oh yeah, dude, that's what I was doing. I had a ladder and everything. I dropped a headliner and shit to even get a tool behind it. Woo-wee.
Yeah, I think I seen you videoed that, right? I think I seen that where you
Yeah.
was trying to. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yep.
get it. I
I
didn't.
remember.
I'll be the first to say over here, I did not fix it.
Well, hey, there's
I failed.
there's plenty
Very
of those
humble.
out there, and that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. Hey,
I
it's, I mean, if you had looked at what I left, you would have said I didn't fix mine either, but I got it 80%. So I got my money. And they took it. They were happy with it. So
Yeah.
they drove it. So it's, and it's so high up too. It's like, seriously, like you're going to pay me anything to do that?
Yeah, I don't know if I would have fixed it in the first place. Shit, you can't.
Yeah, right. I mean, most
is
of
what it
these
is.
guys, most of these guys that see all this extra and 95 and up percent stuff is other dent guys.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of your customers, they don't notice the stuff. I mean, they really don't. And doesn't
Love
mean
that being in there.
doesn't mean
Go
I
ahead.
leave it like that, but at the same time, you can leave a lot of that stuff there and they'll never notice it.
It's like being in their driveway and you're pushing along and they come by and they say, oh, wow, it's all gone. Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's pay less.
You were right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put
No,
an extra five more minutes in there.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it's nice to hear anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Had a Tesla owner last week that tried to glue pull a dent out of the back door himself. The video he sent me was before he attempted it. He thought it should be cheaper because he helped me out. It's like show him the box on MTRX, Mobile Tech RX, that says previously customer attempted, and it adds a percentage. Show him that box. It's like, it's
Not, sorry, sir. I have to recreate that whole dent because you created tension everywhere. So now the dent's
Right.
probably going to be bigger.
and more expensive. So yeah, I tell everybody, do not DIY. Do not buy those DIY. I caught my buddy doing it. My buddy's got a Volvo shop. One day I showed up at his shop and he's just over, look what I'm doing. Boink. And it's in the roof's like these big volcanoes in the middle of a ginormous dent. It's like, stop. This is way before I did PDR. I'm just like, I can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Stop it. But yeah,
There's some crazy
knows?
stuff out here you'll get into.
maybe they'll figure it out eventually.
Nah,
Yeah.
And
it's always.
I didn't realize doing this kind of stuff with mobile, especially, that the term sucking dents out was a real thing until you get around these guys, and they for real, they're 100% like,
Look at his face.
yeah, like you're taking a syringe and you're just like sucking this dent back out. Like, what the hell
Are you a
talking
professional
about?
dent sucker?
Yeah.
What?
Why, yes, I am.
I don't
went
even know
to
how
a
the
guy's-
dry ice thing started. You get that shit all the time. Oh yeah, all of that shit. I don't know. It's funny. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I talk so much in my videos about education stuff, because it's not for the dent guys. I don't care about the dent guys. Like, the dent guys know, but
Mhm.
the dent suckers don't know, and I want them to know.
Dude, I left a spot. This dude was talking about me. Actually, he was serious about this, and he even named my damn Ultra 36 rod. He named it fucking Tina. He's like, you can get Tina in there and whip it on, get it on back out, right? I'm like, dude, whatever makes you feel good. I mean, they were having a great time with this, but they were serious. They were like, that's what you do, right? You get in there and you just suck it back out. I'm like, no part of this did I agree to any of that. Nothing.
So you go to Harbor Freight and you get that little, you know how they sell the big plunger sucker, right?
Yeah.
You get a little one from Harbor Freight with the stick it in there.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get my extra small suction cup. Hold
Yeah,
on.
you bust out this little the little compressor, like
plunger.
a little super small compressor, like you do for airbrush. And you're like,
I do have one of those
God.
suction cup dent slide hammers, but I never use it. I mean, I used to use it quite a bit, but I don't fool with it anymore.
maybe we create a small one. Maybe we're on to something.
Maybe.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Why not, right?
See you, Rob.
Later, Rob. I'm gonna text you.
That's what she said.
Yeah, she did. She
lot
did.
of,
Well, he did.
Lots of new names coming in on the chat this morning. Or this morning. Oh my god. I'm ready for bed this morning.
Drink another beer. You'll be
Right?
fine.
Seriously. But yeah, I mean, this flew by, man. Thanks for coming on the
How long have we been on?
An hour.
Hour and 2 minutes.
Look at us go.
Yeah,
Hour and 2
we
Guess
did
what?
it.
With great conversation and good laughs, time flies by.
It was
does.
good.
It really does.
Are you? So we'll see you at MTE. I don't need to ask that question. So yeah, looking
Yes,
forward
sir.
to that.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. Are you going all education day too?
Yeah. So I always love going to education day, man. I want to see what people are doing in the industry, and seeing if it's something that I can implement into my own business as well. So we should be arriving Wednesday. I'm not going to do the 101 courses, but I'm going to do the one after. And then I'm going to just throw my wife into some classes too. I'm like, hey, just pick whatever ones you want to go to. I'm going to go to some of the ones I want to. And
Nice.
maybe just sit in the front row and just stare at some of the guys that know who I am. Just be like,
Get to the shows, get to the classes early. Lines start like
Okay.
early, especially if it's like jeans class
Mhm.
and the shop owners class. Get there early.
Nice.
And get in line if you want
if I
to.
gotta stand, I'll stand. I'm a stander anyway.
Yeah, everybody wants to see Gene's class. I mean,
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
given there.
I
He's
just
a
couldn't
good guy.
believe how
I
packed
love
it
Gene.
was. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Thank you, Gene. Good show. Yeah, everybody. Great show. Great show.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
buddy.
Yeah, appreciate
Everyone
you guys
have a
coming on.
great night, sweet dreams, and fucking make some money tomorrow. Let's go.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, why don't we just end it right here? Sound good?
All right.
Later.
Sounds
All right.
good to me. See you guys.
All right. See you later. Bye.